Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of the Front Porch Knitter. My name's Lucy Ann, and we're going to talk about all things knitty and yarny and crafty and all kinds of other fun things. Once again, it's been a bit since I've talked to you, probably 5-6 months, but you know, life happens. Welcome to those of you who are new to my vlog, my knitting vlog, and welcome back to those who've been before. I'm really glad you're here, and I so need to talk to you. Like, it's pretty crazy. I'm just gonna see if I can get this a little bit closer so I'm not so far away. There, a little better. Yeah, it's been a little while. Life has been crazy. I have to say, I've been doing really well. That's not the issue. If you watched the last video, the little family that was living with us now have their own home, and it took a bit to get them settled and organized. So that took a bit of time. Our youngest son is working in Jasper this summer on the golf course, and so getting him out there and organized took a bit. I mean, he's 24. It's not like I had to do much, but it seemed like I was doing a lot. And I've been to visit my parents twice on the East Coast, so I've been away a bit. And yeah, my husband had knee surgery. That is, like, ladies, I know I am of a certain age where things like that happen to my spouse. But boy, oh boy, it's a lot of work. And half the job is keeping his morale up. So kudos to people who do it all the time. Look after people who are convalescing. He is, you know, he's doing well. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's just not doing as well as he thinks he should be, which is nothing to do with what the doctors think is appropriate. So yeah, it's crazy, just crazy. Yeah, life around here is always a little nutty. I guess really what it is it's busy. I've added another job to my life. I support a couple of young women in the community with some things, and one of them's a knitter, which is a lot of fun because it's great seeing the craft through someone else's eyes, and I love that. And it's also given me that little knitting outlet that I need, because I talk to you guys because I need to talk to somebody about my knitting, and my husband quite honestly doesn't care until it's a pair of socks for him. He isn't really interested. But yeah, it's nice to talk to her and share new techniques and new ideas and fun things. And yeah, so I've been really enjoying that as well. So let's get started. There's a few things that have happened in the last 5 months. So I think we're going to start with FOs. And I know I don't have everything, but I have most things because I was really good about putting them in a basket, but some of them had to be gifted right away. Like, I did a christening gown for the baby of the young family I was supporting. It's beautiful. I don't even have a picture of it really, because the pictures on the day just don't show the dress off, but it was beautiful. If I can get a picture at some point, watch my Instagram and I'll post it there. And yeah, there's socks that have gone to the people who wanted them and things like that, just because 5 months, right? Like, stuff had to go to people. Things were happening. But I know when we last spoke, I showed you the beautiful Sugarbush Drizzle that I had in my stash, and I just picked up the Leo and Roxy Basics in Basic White to make a ranunculus. And here is that ranunculus. I love it. I love the way the two colors play together. I love the stripiness of it. I for sure love the colors because it's just gorgeous. It's so bright, and yeah, I'm going to move it back again so you can see it better. Look at that. It's just great. This is my first ranunculus. I can't believe it that I've never knit one before. And I didn't even look up who it's done by, but everybody knows. Just look it up on Ravelry if you're not sure. I did it with sort of a 3/4 length sleeve. Did the I-cord bind off on the sleeve. And yeah, I really like it. It is easy to wear. Just pop it over a cami. And it's so soft. It's unbelievable. It's great. So that was the first one. That's my ranunculus. What I'm wearing is my Anker summer shirt, and I'll just pop up a little bit so you can see it better. I love this pattern. I love the yoke. I really like the way it turned out. I love the color. It is knit in, I have a skein of it here somewhere. Oh, right here. This, which is from Small Bird Workshop. It's 60% bamboo and 40% cotton DK, milled in Italy, dyed in British Columbia. She works with a lot of natural fibers. Go check her out. Her shop is amazing. She has lots of cool stuff. And I have to say, her prices were really good. I have a whole skein left, so I have to do something fun and wonderful with that. I'm not sure what I'll do with it, but who knows? Any ideas? Let me know. I think I have a part ball somewhere too, but I've been wearing this a lot this summer. Because of the cotton and bamboo, it grew. It's a little longer. I might have knit one size smaller, and I really thought about it. But the good news about that is it's perfect with leggings because it covers my butt. And when you're my age, that's kind of important. So I am really happy with it. I love it. It's easy to wear. I've only washed it twice all summer. So it's not like wool exactly, but because it's all natural, it also doesn't smell, which is great. Like, I don't know. I haven't any problems with it. And I'm afraid to wash it too much because I'm afraid if it grows every time I wash it, that's not going to be a good thing. So I love it. And I'm already thinking about making another one next summer, maybe in a merino and cotton blend, which will give it a little more structure. So that's in the plans. So the other thing I knit, well, there's lots of other things, but this is the next thing we're going to talk about, is I did the Shearwater wrap. And it is by Wool and Pine. I absolutely loved it. I saw, like, this is absolutely how it happened. I saw it on Instagram, and I went, ooh, I think I need one of those. And it's done in, I did mine in Slub. I think you could probably have done it in anything. Mine is done in, look at this. I don't know if this does the colors justice, but it's, so it's basically a poncho is what it is. It's a big rectangle, and then you sew up the shoulder, and mine hangs a little bit off, which is nice. I also made this it's just 2 buttons tied together so I can put them through it to keep it closed more on the side if I want. And I wear this with like a blue linen, I wore it recently with a blue linen skirt and a matching, like a tank top in the same color as the skirt with this over top, and it was just perfect. It wasn't too warm, it's easy to wear, it's cozy, and I love the colors. So this is Fullmoon Fibers Slub in Vanilla Dip. And I'm hoping that those colors are coming through because it is just amazing. Just amazing. I love it. It is such an easy piece to wear. It was, once I got the pattern memorized, it was great carry away knitting because it's just the same thing back and forth. It has an I-cord edge. It is so light, like it doesn't weigh anything at all. But it is warm, not hot, like it's not sweater warm, but it, in the evenings, in the summer or in the fall, it just takes the edge off, which is really nice. And like I can just imagine this with black pants and a black turtleneck in the fall. Yeah, it's just beautiful. I love it. Pretty excited. It took way longer to knit than I thought it was going to, but it was 2 balls of fingering, basically, so it did take a while. So then my next big project was the Super Simple Summer Sweater by Locatelli. And I knit it in Berocco Remix, which is 30% nylon, 27% cotton, 24% acrylic, 10% silk, and 9% linen. It is amazing. I originally bought 3 balls of each color, but then I made the body longer. I didn't need an extra ball of red, but I bought one because I wasn't sure, and I could get the same dye lot, and I didn't want to take a chance. And I did need, this is like, I used about half of an extra ball of the, but that was completely because I wanted mine to be longer and less cropped. And yeah, you don't know that till you knit it, really. But this is going to be, like, it's just amazing. I love the colors. I love the sleeve. I haven't blocked it yet. Literally, I just sewed in the ends. I love the way the sleeve is finished. It's really, I don't know, it feels like when I put it on, I feel like it's a store-bought sweater. Is that weird? Like, I don't know. You shouldn't want your sweaters to feel store-bought, but I see a line in the back where my joins are, but that'll block out. I just love it. It's going to be great with jeans, over a dress. I can think of all kinds of ways I'm going to wear it. And you'll see it. And follow I haven't even taken pictures yet. It has a split hem, which is really nice. I am just loving this sweater. It is so cozy. I tried it on the other night with the barber cords still in the sleeves because I wasn't sure. And I kept it on while I knit something else because it was so cozy. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. And I love my color choice. This color is called Peony. I don't know what the white is called. The white is called, doesn't have a name. It might just be natural. But the red was Peony. It's kind of I don't know if this is true. It's kind of a raspberry red. But I'm really, really loving this. And I like the shape, just everything about it. I really do like Locatelli's patterns. I find them easy to knit, well described, and just easy to wear. Like, I think that's part of it. I look at some things and I go, oh, that's beautiful, but what do I wear it with? Where do I wear it? Well, that easily, a pair of jeans, a plain skirt, a cotton skirt, a denim skirt, over a cotton dress. You could, like, there's just so many ways to wear it. It'll even be great, like, with dress pants or leggings. It's long enough that I could wear it with leggings. Yeah, really loving that one. So those are the big things that I knit. Then I knit a few things that are just sort of my ongoing things. So you all know I like gnomes. And I've been doing this Year of the Gnome with Imagine Landscapes and Sarah. So these are some of the ones I've done this year. And then I'll show you my most recent too. So look at this little guy. This is actually some of the leftover drizzle from my ranunculus. Just where it is, and then I did a little I-cord flower on her head. She has no beard. I don't know her name, but she's very cute. She's a little spring one. And then I did this one, which I really like. Very summery and maybe fall. Maybe this is more of a fall gnome. I did one each month, but I can't remember which months I did them, and I'd have to go look on my Instagram. And she just has so many different patterns. Look at this little guy. Just so teeny. He's like a little nut. He could be hung in your Christmas tree. I think that's what's supposed to happen with him. They're supposed to be little ornaments, which is really cool. And she does a lot of, Sarah does a lot of mystery cows. And this is the one, and I think it was June. I think it was number 10. Because I just signed up for 11, I think. And it's fun because you just get a little bit of information each time. And then you can knit on. Just look at this guy. Isn't that cute? Just gorgeous. And I love this motif on his hat. And it's a great way to practice new things. Like, it's a great way if you want to learn about color work. Do it on something little and like this that doesn't really matter that much. So these ones have all been fingering weight. All the ones you've seen so far, all the ones I've ever done prior to these were fingering weight. Last month I decided I wanted a bigger one. I've taken dog hair off everything in my house, that's how it is. So I did this one. This is just yarn from my stash, but this is a worsted weight, and I think it's not the same one, but you can see the difference in size. They would have been a similar size if they were both done in fingering. And I just love this guy. And there's beans in the bottom, so they stand up, and he's just so pretty. So I did that one. I'll put him up there. Can you see him? Yep, then he can watch over us. I did that one. We'll put this guy up there too, so you can keep watching him, because he's very cute with his orange and yellow beard. I did that one in July. So this is my August one. So this one is DK weight yarn, and it's more of a small one like this, but done in DK. So I really like him. He's just stash yarn that I had leftovers from other projects, but I think I want to try and felt him. So I've already taken pictures and posted them of him like this, but I think I might felt him and see what happens, because you know, if you don't try, you never know. So, and he's great little fall colors, and I think I might use some of this orange to make some little pumpkins for them, because my gnomes need pumpkins. I now have seasonal gnomes. I have summer gnomes and winter gnomes and fall gnomes and spring gnomes, and they shift in and out. I think my husband is a little worried that we're taking over the house, but they're so much fun to do. I did this one in an evening. Like, they're just so much fun to do, and the kids have requested more. It was noted in the last video. You saw the one I did for my daughter's boyfriend. Well, my son's girlfriend goes, "How come we don't have any gnomes at our house?" I went, "Okay, I'll get on that." They want Christmas gnomes though, so I have to think about the yarn for that. So those are my gnomes. And another MCAL starts this week, so next month I should, fingers crossed that I get back to you before, 5 months. You'll be able to see that. And it's going to be one where you get a clue every day, and I always love that because it's fun. I love mystery knit-alongs. I love watching the thing emerge from the person's imagination in just such a cool way. So that's kind of fun. So the next thing is, I have a big stack of socks here. So the first ones we're gonna talk about are the ones from my Operation Sock Drawer. I've talked about this before. I do it with the Little Red Mitten. It's a yarn subscription that I did, and I now have all of the yarn in my house up until the end of December, and it's one pair of socks a month from this book, Operation Sock Drawer by the Knitmore Girls. And what happens is each month you get a package to open, and you find out what pattern it is and you knit it, which is really cool because it takes you outside your box. 1 month, so every other month, 1 month is hand-dyed yarn and the next month is commercial yarn. You didn't have to do the full year. You could have done every other month commercial or every other month hand-dyed. I opted to do the whole thing, and I'm really glad I did, because I've tried some things, and you know what, as much as anything, knowing that you don't love it is part of the process. So I'm going to show you the ones I have finished, then I'll show you my whips, and then when we go to my next cast-ons, I'm a month behind. I'm still knitting the July socks. Summer, you know, things, life. Anyways, so let's look at them. I think I showed you, I think I opened the yarn for the March ones. Let me just find the pattern. The March ones on the last video. So if you want to go see that and what it looked like skeined up, go ahead. But how come they're not just popping out at me? Oh, they're there. So this month, so the March ones were this pattern, up, downhill both ways. And they were in a Fullmoon Fibres 50-50 sock set, which is you get two 50-gram skeins of yarn in their sock base. I don't know which one of their sock bases, but a sock base. And this is what they look like done. So they don't match. They coordinate, which is very cool. Really like them. This was a fun pattern to knit. It's heel flap and gusset, slip stitches, just really nice. So that was March. I really like those. April, the pattern was Funhouse. Like, doesn't that sound like a really cool pattern? Let me find it so I can show it to you. So these are the Funhouse pattern. And the wool we got was Leo and Roxy Basics in basic black and a Uneek self-striping 250 grams. I probably have enough to knit another pair of socks, quite honestly. But look at these. Isn't that gorgeous? I really enjoyed doing these. They're a lot of fun. Really like them. So that was April. If you get this book and just pick it and do a pair a month, it is so much fun. And if you do that, you will end up doing so many different techniques and constructions that it just will expand your sock life immensely. So we're up to May. May, it was a pattern called Stained Glass. Let me see if I can find it quickly. I should have had these all marked. That would have been another person who did that, not me. And I am not, oh, they're there. And they're also here on the back of the book. Stained Glass, and this was a Leo and Roxy sock set. So not their commercial yarn, this is their hand-dyed yarn. And they're shorties. Really like these. This was also a great pattern to knit, easy to memorize. And yeah, I probably have enough of the, I'm pretty sure the contrast was a 25-gram mini, but I'm not positive. And then I had 100 grams of the main color. I for sure have enough of the main color to do another pair of socks, but I don't think I have enough of the mini. But they're fun. So that was May. I was doing really, really well. Then June happened. And I love these socks, but for whatever reason, June must have been really crazy because I started them in good time and I really thought I was going to get them done, and they just seemed to take forever. So the June socks is a pattern called, Let me just find them. Sashay. So there they are. And it isn't a hard pattern. It did require me to pay more attention and count more. This is Tenderfoot. I don't know, I had the tag for it. It's a really nice, a bit of a rustic sock yarn. Like it's just a little crunchier than some of the other ones. But I really do like them. They just took me a lot longer. So that's June. You'll get to see July in my whips. But yeah, I'm loving doing this. I'm hoping to get caught up. If I can get July done and get August started right away, I might get August and September done in September, which would be really great. So when we spoke last, I also, these were the vanilla socks I had on my needles. And these are for my husband. There's no point putting them on the blockers because the blockers fit my feet. They do not fit these giant man socks that, and this is really simple. This is just a Croy yarn with a solid black Croy for the heels, toes, and cuffs. I only had one skein of this. And so by doing the heels, toes, and cuffs in a contrasting or coordinating color, I was able to get a pair of socks out of it. And all I did was every time the color changed, I did slip one, knit one. And it didn't matter where the color change happened, like middle of a row or whatever. I just started there and did it around one row. And just add a bit of interest to them. So those are for my husband. I really like, these are for sure my purse knitting, appointment setting knitting, those kinds of things. And then I mentioned that my son was went to Alberta. So just before he went, he broke his hand, because that's what you do when you're going away for the summer to work. Had to have surgery. When I'm worried about people and thinking about them, and I knit for them. So I knit him. He has even bigger feet than my husband. Just a pair. They're not vanilla, but they're pretty close to vanilla. You can see, yeah, just find the spot in the light where you'll be able to see that. There it is. 3x1 rib. The cuff is 2x2. The leg and top of the foot is 3x1. And fish lips kiss heel, all one color. And this is just done, he loves green, which is why I did these. And it was 2 skeins of stroll fingering in the beautiful color 25025. Dark green, heather, I don't know. And so this is from Knit Picks, and it's 75/25 superwash, which is perfect for him because he occasionally just, like, he for sure washes his wool socks with his jeans and doesn't think twice about it. And he almost always hangs them up, but occasionally they end up in the dryer. So he has to have the kind of yarn that will be okay. This is from one of my Yarnable boxes last year. This is, I think it was called Summer Shores or something like that. It's summer something to do with water. I did these for my husband. Again, 2x2 cuff, 3x3 rib. And so this is Hypnotic Yarns. And I used to get their Yarnable subscription. I really like it. It's just the Canadian dollar has tanked so much that it makes for a pretty expensive pair of socks. and yeah, so that's 2 pair for my husband already for this winter, which is great. Then I was doing a little bit of, so bear in mind, I knit 2 pairs of each, 2 pairs of socks from each of these colorways, but my daughter needed them. You know, cotton socks aren't much good this time of year, so, or, you know, if they're too late. So these are just I think they were opal, cotton and merino, or just cotton and nylon. I can't even remember what the composition is, but I'm pretty sure they were opal or regia. Might have been regia. I did 2 pairs. I actually have another skein upstairs. These ones I did have a little tab on them and a folded cuff. And they're great. I did a pair out of this yarn last year too. They had like watermelon. It was watermelon sort of a print when it was done. They were fun. Then I went to New Brunswick this summer. My parents had their 60th wedding anniversary. And of course my husband had just had his knee surgery in the end of May. So even by the end of July, he was not ready to sit in a car for 17 hours and drive there. So I drove with our oldest daughter and her boyfriend, and he doesn't like to drive on highways he's not familiar with, so that's fine. I did all the driving. But if you're going to be in Fredericton for a couple of weeks, and my parents live just outside of Fredericton, so that's where I was, you should knit Freddy Beach socks. So this is a pattern by Nancy Wheeler. I think she's Wheel's wife on Instagram. And I thought it was appropriate to knit Freddy Beach socks while in the Fredericton area. And this yarn is Ancient Arts in their Socknado base, and it's the Clash of Zombies. The Clash of the Zombies. So I still have, well, I have this much left. So I can do something with this. I don't know for sure what. I should weigh it to find out how much is left. I just did the little 2 rows at the top and the toes in black and the rest. It's a pretty typical heel flap and gusset. I just love this colorway. I love how you go from this to this and get this amazing combination of colors. And it does feel kind of Halloween, which is cool. And I participated in Kay from the Crazy Sock Ladies summer sock camp. So that gave me quite a few pairs of socks that I could use for summer sock camp. And this was the last pair I did. Oh, I can put these ones on blockers because these are for me. I guess I could have put I'm going to pop one of these on a blocker too because that'll help you see it better. Just so you can see the pattern, because it really is a great pattern that Nancy Wheeler did, and the sock blocker will there. That gives you a better idea of what it looks like. So these little slip stitches that you did through here were inspired by what is now the walking bridge, which we used to call the old bridge when I was growing up. If you went over it and 2 school buses met, the drivers had to pull their mirrors in because we wouldn't fit. That's what I remember as a kid going across that bridge. But these are, yeah, they're beautiful. So then the next ones I did were these. This is a Timber Yarns twin sock set from last fall. It was Santa's Boot is what it was called. And I used a mini from them as well in the licorice colorway, which actually matches the black pretty closely. I bet it's a similar process, just it's obviously a different dye lot, but because it was the mini. And I did the Kay from Crazy Sock Lady. I did her pattern, which is heel toe do-si do. So it's just like a chevron pattern in the front. And I did a Fish Lips Kiss heel, and I don't know, it's a Christmassy colorway technically, but it sort of reminds me like of witch's legs. So maybe they'll be my Halloween socks. I don't know. That would give me 2 pairs of Halloween socks. But I just finished these ones up a couple days ago. But I just love the red and black. I really like Timber Yarns. I've I've done quite a few of their twin sock sets. I like that it makes a matching pair, even though I don't really care about that. I do like that it can happen, and that it can happen pretty easily without, I think, so here's where I'm at. I think I like matching socks, but what I don't like is the work I have to do to make them match when I'm using just a regular yarn that's not designed to match, because then, you know, I have to wind off to make sure I get to the right spot, and then I have to start knitting in exactly the same spot and cast on in a specific way. And yeah, I don't want to do all that work. Then I don't care if my socks match. I just want to do it when it's easy, which, you know, whatever. So now you're probably wondering, well, that's a lot of stuff off her needles. What has she got on her needles? So here's the crazy thing, almost nothing. So as I said, I'm working on the July socks for the Operation Sock Drawer. I have one done. I have one half done. And I am going to take the one that is done apart probably because my tension is crap. And I think it's because, I don't know. I worked on these when I was in New Brunswick as well. And I think part of it was I had to have the book and I needed the chart at that point. I had just started them. And I picked them up and set them down too much. Like, so I wasn't knitting on them consistently. So you can see, this is the one I'm working on now. And this is the one I finished, did first. And look at the difference in the width. Same number of stitches, everything. Same needles, everything's the same. Except that my tension was really loose on this one for some reason. And it's normal on this one. So I'm going to redo this one. But I'm going to count them as done when I get this one finished. I'm going to take pictures and do all those things, and then I'll reknit this one. Because I do really like them. I love the yarn. It's Lily and Pine, and the colorway is Papaya, so Lily and Pine. And it's on their Daylily sock base, and it's 80/20 superwash merino and nylon. And it's just got the most beautiful speckles and the most interesting color. And what's really cool is the heel construction. And so you do this purl feature all the way down, and then your heel flap comes from increases in this purled part, and then you turn the heel and carry on, decreasing to get back to the correct number of stitches. So it's quite an interesting construction, and the pattern is called, and I finally have it memorized, which I think is also part of it, because I was picking it up and putting it down so much when I did the first one. I didn't have it memorized. I don't know if you can see. They're just little triangles. That's the pattern. Churfersten is the name of the pattern, by Sabrina Schumacher. And I don't want you to see the pattern, but you can see the heel construction there as well. Yeah. So, yes, I like knitting them. I'm a bit frustrated that the first one, the tension is so bad. And I now can knit them watching television quite easily. When I first started, the second one, I just did it listening to an audiobook, and it's not something I can work on and talk to people, because I do end up ripping back. But I just can't believe, it just goes to show how situations can affect your knitting tension, and why, even with the best of intentions and, you know, doing all the things right and swatching, and I didn't swatch. My tension is usually pretty consistent, and I'm knitting these on my 9-inch 2.25 Chow Goose, and yeah, I knit socks on them all the time and I never have a problem, but I think it was just a, you know, a different pattern and a different picking them up and setting them down, not being able to knit on them for long periods of time, things like that. So the next thing I have on my needles is, I will show you, so I have this, I just started the second one. I didn't bring the label out. This is an Estelle Twin Sock, and they're match socks. I picked this up at Mary Maxim because we have a store quite close to us. I haven't decided how much I love it or not, and I wanted to do them with a cut-in heel because I haven't done a cut-in heel for quite a while, and I wasn't a fan of them, but I've seen some other people doing them and picked up some tips, so I'm going to try another one. So I finished the first tube and just have to graft the toe. And I'm going to cut my heel in here at this color change, so it'll give me a bit shorter sock. It's like a gradient, and I pulled the darkest color, so I started on the outside and did the to here, and then I pulled the darkest color from the middle to do the toe and the heel. So it'll be interesting. They're just vanilla socks. They're also on 9-inch. Oh, I dropped some stitches. I'll pick those up. On 9-inch Chowgoos. These are, so interestingly, this is my fixed ones, so both tips are the same size. The other socks I just showed you, the Churferstens, they're on my interchangeables, so one tip is longer than the other, and I do like that better. It just means I can get a better grip on them. But these are my current, they're my sock talk bag. They're my current on-the-go knitting that I can sort of take anywhere. So that's all I'm working on right now. But I have a couple of things. Hohi Locatelli's knit along actually started today, but I haven't skeined up my yarn yet. And my next two things I'm going to cast on is I want to do her cedar pullover, which is yeah, it's a bit drapey and loose. It's got some lace on the bottom. You can look it up on, I don't have it up on my phone or anything. And I'm going to do it in this Cascade Hamptons. I picked this up at Cricket Cove when I was in New Brunswick in March. They had their birthday sale and they had crazy deals, like 25% off everything in the store, and everything in the store, needles, everything. So I picked this up. This, I don't know what color, it's color 13, but it's a cotton and linen blend. Sort of a denim-y blue. So I'm going to do it in that. I have to skein that up today. And then I want to do a Pure Joy and wrap, which is also a Hohi Locatelli pattern. And I have this from Dye Pretty Yarn and Fibre. And it's on their Tiara sock base. And this was from their winter, they had a winter collection box last year, and I got it. This is Frosted Sunrise, and it's 80/20 superwash merino and nylon, both of them are, and this is Forest Path. And I think these will make a really nice Pure Joy shawl. So more on those as I get them skeined up and started. Then the other thing I'm going to be doing soon, because we just talked about it, is I'm going to be doing my August and September socks from the Operation Sock Drawer. So I'm going to open them with you right now because I haven't seen them yet. So I know that August is, so I know what the patterns are because is this pattern, Mesmerized. Doesn't that look fun? And that should be a pretty easy to color work to work on. And I don't know if it'll be purse knitting, but it'll at least be television knitting. And you know, baseball season and everything. I love this. Stop. Is it August yet? Yeah, it's September already. Because I apparently am not doing a good job of staying on top of this. So this is a commercial yarn month. So let's, ooh, these are going to be pretty. Look at that. This is the Superba Premium. It's the same as the pink from the February socks, which were on my last. Aren't those two colors going to be great together in those? And it came with some soak. And every month it comes with a little stitch marker that looks like the socks, which is kind of fun. Our progress keeper. So those will be fun to knit. And I think that's probably, yeah, a soon cast on. So this is the September color. And if you watched previous episodes, you know I keep the little things because I'm keeping a journal of, a monarch butterfly just flew through my garden. I'm keeping a maker's journal for this sock club, which is nice. So it is September, so I can keep opening. And so this will be a hand-dyed collection. Ooh. And it came with a ruler with a needle guide in it, which is pretty cool. They always come with little extras. And this is the stitch marker. So I'll show you the pattern. The pattern is Lilly Pillies. Let me find it. Which is also a colorwork sock. Look at that. Those look fun. And this is by G. And I don't know who G is. This sock set is, so it's 50 grams of Oriole and 60 grams of Raspberry Frost and 30 grams of Skylark. So that is going to make gorgeous socks. Aren't they going to be beautiful? I'm pretty excited for those. I'm looking forward to knitting those as well. One pair at a time. That's what I have to do. So that's what my next cast-ons are going to be. And, you know, it will be fun. You don't want to lose that. So the next section everyone always does is their acquisitions section. So I will tell you right now that I have acquired more than is currently here. I did do a trip, and I'm not bringing it down because it's a huge basket. I did a trip to Briggs and Little's Briggs and Little Woolen Mill when I was in New Brunswick with a girlfriend of mine who we went to high school together. So that was fun. We've been going to Briggs and Little probably for 40 years. Like when we were in high school, we would go out there and buy yarn. So it's at least 40 years. And the favorite thing about going is they have this big seconds basket in the middle of the floor. So if you're ever in New Brunswick and you get a chance to go out to Harvey Station, well, York Mills, and go to Briggs and Little Woolen Mills, go. It is like, the drive is beautiful. We stopped in the village and had lunch, and I picked up wool for 3 sweaters, a cardigan for myself, which you'll see at some point, and another one of the Canada wool jackets made out of roving, which I did for my son last year for Christmas. I think it was last year. You can see it on my Ravelry. My other son would like to have one. And my youngest son asked for a Norwegian knit, so I picked up the wool for it there as well as bits and pieces for socks and other things. So yeah, it was a great day. I spent a lot of money, bought a lot of yarn. That's okay. So then that was when I was in New Brunswick in March. When I was in New Brunswick in August, July and August, my friend Robin had the grand opening for her shop, Close Knit Friends Yarn Shop in Upper Kent, New Brunswick. You can find her. Close Knit Friends Yarn Shop is on Instagram, as is Robin Oakes, and she promotes on both things quite often. And so I had to stop in because, you know, when your friend opens a yarn store, you've got to stop and shop. And she had some beautiful, beautiful things. And I didn't need anything. I didn't need yarn. I don't need yarn forever. Like, I probably have more yarn than I can knit in a lifetime, but that's okay. I picked up this skein of Ancient Arts on their Socknado base, which is a base of theirs I really like. And this is their Bay of Fundy colorway. And it is so the Bay of Fundy. Like, if you have ever been there, it's the blue of the sky, the red rocks, the greenery of the trees. Like, it's just all the things. It is just, like, it's just gorgeous. I'm so excited to knit this up. I'm not sure who it's going to be for yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. And who doesn't love a crazy zobber ball? And this one is, I don't know what the colorway is. Papagay. I'm not sure what that word is. But look at the colors. I just love these. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do socks or if I'm going to do a sweater with some color work. Like, I think it would be really amazing in a color work yoke. So I have to decide what I'm doing with that. It's 400 yards, so I can do a lot. And then I picked up 2 skeins of Robin's exclusive colorway for Close Knit Friends. It's called Robin's Crabapple Blossom. It's done by Botanical Fibres in Nova Scotia. And natural yarns, hand dyed with natural products in Nova Scotia, Canada. I just love this. I am so looking forward. I don't know if it's going to be a love note or a ranunculus or, I don't, 800, it's 113 grams, 429 meters. So I'm not sure if I can get a t-shirt out of it. Like, it might not be quite enough for me to get a t-shirt, but I just love it. Just love it. If you have any ideas, write them down below because I'm pretty excited about that. The day I left for New Brunswick, Area 51 Fibres released their Advent skein, and I apologize. It is still in the vacuum pack thing. This is to stop me from knitting it because my friend Heidi got it too, and her socks are almost done. I am keeping mine until December. But I got so it's a self-striping tee with the Bridgertons. And you can sort of see those kinds of colorways. You'll see it again when I take it out. And a lilac, lavender mini to go with it. I'm so excited about this. And I love when I get it shipped to me this way. I know some people wouldn't like it, but shipping is darn expensive. And it bothers me when I buy a skein of yarn and then I have to pay an extra $20 to have it shipped to me. This was $5 because it came in an envelope, vacuum sealed. And you know what? I can take it out, snap it, and skein it, and twist the skein again. No problem. I don't have a problem with that. I would rather spend my money on yarn than shipping. So I'm pretty excited about this. That's Area 51. And last time I looked, she still did have pre-orders for it because she dies to order. So check it out on her I was going to say on her website, but I think she has an Etsy shop. It doesn't say on here, but I'm pretty excited about it. This is on their Sturdy Alien base, so it's an 80/20 superwash merino. And then I was lucky enough, I don't know if you watch the Grocery Girls, but I've watched them for quite a while, and I, you know, whenever they do a giveaway, I always comment or whatever you have to do it. And so this spring I commented on one of their videos, and they were doing a giveaway from the Woolly Thistle. So I was pretty excited. I got this beautiful bag, and I also got this book, Knitting Nordic, the Nordic Knitting Primer, and and I got the wool to do. There's a pair of mittens in here. I just have to find them. And might not be able to find them because I didn't mark it ahead of time, which is, you know, that's what people who plan would do. Or the other thing, you know, I'm a book person. I should be able to use the table of contents. Selbo Mittens, 151. Let's do these mittens, which are gorgeous. I just love that photograph with that straw heart. And so I got the wool to do the mittens and the needles. And, okay, this is going to be crinkly, I'm sorry. The needles, the wool, a darning needle, and a progress keeper. Like, absolutely everything you need to make the mittens, which is amazing. And then Jody and Tracy threw in some little extras. A Yarn Besties pin. And, oh, that's just their business card. A couple of stickers. Another Grocery Girl sticker, some stitch markers, and a Grocery Girls tape measure. All amazing things. Thank you so much. I've already sent them a thank you as well. What a beautiful prize to receive. Yeah, it was quite a surprise. You know, I enter all the things, but I never expect to win anything. And I also won, for this little guy. I won a kit to make him, which was amazing. I can't remember who that was from. It's in my Instagram. If you go to my Instagram, you can see all the details, which was kind of exciting. So that was most of my shopping. And then, if you live in Southern Ontario or anywhere in Ontario, probably, I would say Central and Western Ontario, and you're a knitter, you probably know about the Spinrite factory in Listowel, Ontario. Every year they have a tent sale. Well, of course, the last couple of years, it hasn't really happened. So the gals from my knit group, I called up one of them and I said, hey, should we go? Like, I don't need anything. I don't know if I should be going. And she goes, oh, even if all we do is go for lunch. Perfect, right? Like, I didn't really need to go. And I love that I have it all in this tote, and it doesn't look like very much until I tell you I have sweater quantities of most of these things, and I just brought down one. So I really want to do the Moxie Jacket. Ray from Sticks and Stones in North Bay made one, and I just love the way it looked on her, and I really want to do one. So I picked up this Sugar Bush Chill, And this color is called, their tags are hard to find the details on. Like, maybe I can't find the details. It's 100% fine merino, Imperial Fire. Like, isn't that gorgeous? All the blues and oranges. And I love orange and can't wear it really well, so having it with this blue will make it much more wearable for me. I really want to get this done. I'd like to have it done for this fall. I don't know if I will. So I got a sweater's quantity of that. And then they had, so my ranunculus was made out of their Drizzle. And Sugar Bush is a discontinued yarn, so I'm really sorry that I'm showing this all to you, but if you find it somewhere, just buy it. They had this on for $5 a ball, all their Sugar Bush. And it's beautiful yarn, and it's amazing. So this is 76% kid mohair, 24% silk. And this colorway is Rustic Downpour. And I got that one. I just love it. It's all browns and greens, and yeah, I got a sweater quantity of that. And I got this one thinking I would probably, it's called Royal Rain. I would probably put it with something like a gray or something to tone it down a bit, but I really love this color. Like, it's just really nice. I picked up, oh, this is not a sweater quantity. This is their, the Sugar Bush Itty Bitty, and it has tags on it that are not accurate. But it's a cashmere and superwash and nylon blend for socks. I think for my mom. These are like my mom's colors. This is Sugar Bush Itty Bitty. And then I got this Sugar Bush Bliss in Cardinal. This is 70% extra fine superwash merino, 20% mulberry silk, 10% cashmere in Cardinal red. For me, for a sweater. This is a sport weight yarn, so it's kind of a nice weight. Not sure what I'm going to make with it yet, but I got lots, so I could do a sweater for myself. It will be really nice. And then my husband does not own a sweater that I knit him, so I picked up this is 60% alpaca, 40% merino. It's Sugar Bush Motley, and look at those colors. Aren't they gorgeous? And this is, I think, a DK. Yeah, it's a DK weight yarn. But it's like, it's a bit variable. But I'm just really loving it. I'm not sure what pattern I'm going to do. It doesn't need much pattern, like a plain sweater in this would just be amazing. And it's so soft. I can hardly wait. So those were the things I bought in the tent sale. And like, I don't know, it was all just $5 a ball or a skein. Beautiful compositions. And then I went into the store and I just picked up some odds and ends. So I picked up some Croy sock in, well, I picked up this colorway because I really liked it. I think this is called Clover Colors. And I really like that. And I picked up quite a bit of this because I knit and I already have cream. I use this and make like work socks. And this was just a pretty color I hadn't seen before. And I also like their solids for heels, toes, and cuffs when I have single balls of the fancy stuff. So I picked up a few of those. And then a friend of mine who doesn't knit, but who is a great supporter of my knitting, asked me if I could make a felted bag for her daughter-in-law. And she had seen one she liked the style of, and sent me a picture, and so I picked up these two. This is just Patton's Classic Wool. It's 100% pure wool. It'll felt nicely, and the colorways are Aran and Natural Mix. So that's going to be really nice. When you're in the store, the prices, I mean, they're firsts, right? Lots of the stuff in the 10 sale is seconds, or, you know, the dye's off. Like it isn't perfect or whatever. These are first yarns, and they are still all buy 4, get 1 free, I think was the deal they had. Even if the 10 sale's not on and you get a chance to go to the mill store, they carry a ton of, like, it's so nice because you see, when you go to a yarn shop, they can't carry every color of every yarn that a maker has. And some of these commercial yarns are just as nice to knit with. I love hand-dyed yarn, do not get me wrong, but there are certain situations where commercial yarn is absolutely the right choice. And they have such a range of colors. They have all the brands that Patton's and Bernat, is it Bernat? I think is the other one they do. I can't remember. But you can just find so much. And the store is really well organized. The ladies who work there are very knowledgeable. And, you know, Listowel's a cute little town, and it's a nice drive. It's not very far from, you know, Kitchener. It's not very far from London. It's not very far from Guelph. It's not very far from Toronto, quite honestly. And it is a beautiful day trip, and if a bunch of ladies get together and go out, awesome. And if you want to get the real deals and go to their tent sale, follow them on Facebook, and yeah, it'll be worth it. So, and I mentioned I've been supporting a couple of young women, and that one of them is a knitter. And she asked, we do little outings in the community, we do different things. And so the day that Rogers was down, that's the day it was, she said to me, can we go to Little Red Mitten? I said, sure. So Little Red Mitten is my, in quotation marks, local yarn shop. It's about 45 minutes or an hour away. But it's a nice drive, and we went out for lunch, and I didn't really need anything then either. I don't ever really need any yarn. I wasn't looking for anything specific. But, you know, I've said it before on here, I love a surprise. So at the checkout, there were these sight unseen mystery bags. And I don't even remember how much they were. I didn't even care. It didn't even need to be a deal. I liked the idea of getting something sight unseen. Like, to me, that's part of the fun. And so I think Jillian puts them together. So some thought has gone into what's in every, you know, she wouldn't put anything in that was an absolute crazy combo. But look at these. This is what my bag was. Isn't that gorgeous? This is their 80/20 socks. So this is Ace of Cups. And lots of times what it is they're, they put them in these bags because they're the last one in that batch maybe. And they're going to dye another batch, and they will be remarkably, I mean, hand-dyed yarn isn't like dye lots, but at least if they're dyed at the same time, they're pretty similar. But yeah, she just ends up, every once in a while, there's bits and pieces, and that's what these are. And this is Kinder Flamingo. And this one is Olive You. Olive, like as in Olive, the thing that grows on a tree in Italy. And they're just gorgeous. And I can't resist a surprise. So I've got those. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but you know, they can always be socks. But they could also be something really fun because they go so well together. I think they're a nice combo. Anyway, that is all I've done. And I shouldn't say that's all I've done, because it appears to be a lot in the last 5 months. And you know, it was 5 months. That's okay. I hope that you have gotten some summer knitting in, and you've gotten to do some road trips with friends, or even on your own to some fun yarn shops, or gotten to a festival. I'm not sure if I'm going to any festivals this fall or not. Just the way they fall, we have some weddings and things going on, and they fall on weekends where it might not be possible for me to get there. And I don't need any yarn, so I don't need to go. I do like if I can get into classes, but the one that does offer the classes I was interested in, we have a wedding that weekend, so I can't really go. And yeah, look, I have earrings on. I realized sometime this summer that I haven't worn earrings for 2 years. Most of us probably haven't, because my mask I would keep losing an earring. I would lose one earring because of my mask all the time, so I just stopped wearing them. And so I guess it was time to start putting earrings back in again. So I've been wearing earrings again. It's great. Yeah, we're looking forward to the long weekend, and lots of things going on. It's going to be busy. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see the kids, because they too have things going on. They're at the age where they have a lot of weddings and things, and so we often don't see them on weekends because of that. But that's okay. It's a season, and that's all right. I'm feeling very good. Just, yeah, life was the reason I didn't record this time, not my state of mind, so that's a good thing. And I'm enjoying my front porch, although right now we are on my back porch, because it's quieter and blocked from the wind. And that's a thing when you live in a place that starts with mount, because you're up in the air and you get the wind. And yeah, so I love my yard. Like, it's all good. It's a great place to knit, and it's also just a great place to hang out. Although now I'm going to do something that I am sure all of you have done before. I am about to flip my living room furniture so I can check for all the lost. I'm missing a couple of knitting needles. I'm missing several progress keepers. And I know for sure that there is a pair of scissors gone missing, which I suspect is in the couch somewhere. So I'm about to go check that out to see what I can find in my sofa. I do sit in the same place all the time. That's the good news. It means I don't have to go through multiple pieces of furniture, just one. And yeah, if you have never done that, you should try it, because it's amazing what you find when you do. I usually find enough money for a coffee. And that doesn't come out of my pockets. That comes out of kids' pockets who sit in my chair, in my sofa. And then I can, yeah, treat myself to a coffee, which is always nice. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now. It's been 1 hour and 13 minutes, which is more than enough time. I hope you've enjoyed. If you're still here, thanks for hanging around. Like, subscribe, hit the dinger button thing so you get a notification, all those things. I know I don't have very many subscribers, and that's okay, because even though not a lot of people watch, I still feel like I'm talking to knitting friends. And that's what I really do it for, I'm not selling anything or don't make any money doing this. So it's really about talking about my knitting and my yarn and all the fun things I've done. And it makes me feel good. So I'm all about making me feel good. And I hope it makes you feel good too. Take care. Drop me a message if you have any questions. Have a great fall, long weekend. Bye.